We should not live in fear, not live in bondage, but be smart about how you navigate in this world. So I had breakfast with my children today, and they are adults. My youngest is 19, and my oldest is 30, and there's in between 26 and 23. Anyway, as we were talking, we brought up the situation with Sean Combs and Cassie, and I said to them, he dated various people, has various baby mothers, and because my daughter said, I think people would have been a little bit more forgiving or something, not before the video. She was just saying in general, before the video came out, if he was more of a solid guy. And I was telling her about different celebrities who I've had heard speak about this. And for me personally, Damon Dash, to me, gave a very solid response. In fact, that he was actually hurt. This is he and Puffy are considered like kind of the OGs, old heads in the game of hip hop. And he was taken aback, and he had given Puffy the benefit of the doubt until he saw the video. He has 2 daughters, one of which I think is an influencer and a model. And he was just saying that as a father, he would probably be in jail. It just is what it is. There was another rapper who I can't remember his name, and he was saying from where he's from, unfortunately, that sort of is the norm. And he has friends who hit their girlfriends, wives, whatever. But for him, he is still down with his friend. That's still his boy, his homie, whatever. And so his shout out was more of, where are his Puffy's friends? Like, you guys love him, good and bad, right? So where are you? You've abandoned him. Like, why aren't you trying to help him? And maybe they are behind closed doors. These are just people's comments based on what they have seen. Sean Combs' former girlfriend who passed away, the mother of 3 of his children, Kim Porter, her father spoke, and he said, he's concerned about his grandkids, and to his knowledge, that did not happen to his daughter. She was not abused physically. He doesn't know what could have gone on behind closed doors, but he truly doesn't believe that she was, because if she had been, he would have been on the scene. And then Biggie Small's mother spoke out and said, until she saw the video, she was like, these allegations, we don't know about that. It's probably false. I know Puffy can be Puffy, but for the most part, she was okay until she saw the video. All that to say, my point to my kids is the parents. Kim Porter's father said, to my knowledge, this didn't happen. Where are the parents of these young people, whether it's a young woman or a young man? Because if your child is not intelligent enough or cares enough about their well-being, or I don't know what the word is that's not going to offend somebody, because I know someone watching will say, oh, my kid is intelligent. This can happen to anybody. 100% correct. And by intelligent, I know there are people who take advantage of people who are mentally handicapped. So that's what I meant. Intelligent perhaps should not have been the correct word. I'm not sure. But what I'm saying is, if you don't have the emotional intelligence, or because there's different type of intelligence, to take care of yourself, to love yourself, then the parents have to step in. And then my daughter said, well, Mommy, a lot of times these parents are getting paid off as well. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, when is this going to stop? Like, you're going to sacrifice your child for a new car, for your light bill, phone bill? I don't get it. And if I offend you, I am sorry. And I pray every day for my children's safety, because anything can happen at any time, but I pray for it, their safety every day. I pray that they make the right decisions, the right choices. And if they don't, that I'm in my right mind so I can step in. That God gave me these children to take care of. They're not my kids, they're his. So I'm just merely a steward. I'm just a vessel that he is using. So if you have not taught your child to take care of themselves, or speak up, give them a voice, what are we to do? As a society, what can we do? As a society, when are we going to say, hey, this has to stop? Parents have to take responsibility for their children. It's, on one hand, we want to say our kids, we let them move back home. They stay at home with us till they're 30 because they can't find a job. And we have this codependent relationship with our children. that everyone says it's not good, right? But just about everybody in America, you know, no one is an adult anymore. I have no idea when you become an adult. That's another thing I'm trying to figure out. When do you become an adult? I don't know. I mean, I had my last child at 30, but now 30 is it's 18. I'm like, when are we going to be adults here? But fine. Okay. So our kids are still kids. Well, if your kid is not an adult, then you're still a parent, then step in. You see your child being abused, step in. I had a cousin once, we were talking about relationships, and as we were speaking, he was like, showering somebody with a bunch of gifts or expensive gifts. He said, that's a red flag for me, because are you trying to control this person through gifts, through money? And I was like, no, I don't think, that's true. But now I see, yes, that can be true, because I'm a giver. That's the only reason why I took offense to it, because I give, and I will giving somebody something expensive is no big deal to me. Not because I have a lot of money, but just because if I have the means at that time and I know you really like something and you're close to me, of course, I'm going to give it to you. I want to share with you. But I'm understanding this is a tool that people of power use, that they're paying people's bills, they're giving out cars, they're giving out watches. We cannot fall for the things. We have to protect our young people. So even if you aren't a parent, but you are an adult in your right mind, please protect these young people. Share your wisdom, give your wisdom, and we need you, because we can't do this alone. It is a village. We all need help. If I can't be with all of my kids all of the time, so I expect someone, even a stranger, if you see something happening, if you can't, intercede, because nowadays people are carrying and things are, popping off, please call an authority, or maybe you can wait around and give the young man or young woman, just even if you don't have means like to give them any money or a card of abuse or something, just go to them and say, you are loved, you're special. Just let them know that, because we've been out and seen people who are hurting. But this parents have to step up. They have to. And we have to let our children grow up. Like, if your child's going to be a child, then 100%, then you need to take care of them as a child. Just, they can't be on Monday a full adult having being 19, going out with 40-year-old men, and you're fine with that. And then on Wednesday, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he took advantage. He's 40 years old. She's 19. Why would a 40-year-old man want to be with a 20-year-old girl? It just doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. So this video has there's a lot of things in it. I know that I have to flush it out myself. But I want to start the dialogue again, really talking about these predators, talking about people who prey on people, people who take advantage of people, and to look out for red flags. So I'll be researching and looking up things and talking to various people. And if you're doing the same, please leave your comments. Let me know what you've come across. If you have been a victim of abuse and now you're a conqueror and a survivor, or if you have helped someone in those situations. I have worked through the church at halfway homes. I have worked with women who are former addicts and have been on the street and things of that nature. So this has been something that's always been on my heart to help with. And I think now, as it's getting out into the public more and people are seeing these videos, and it's sad to say these videos, meaning there's multiple ones of various artists, celebrities, because we know if someone's famous, that's how it gets in the news. If you're not famous, it doesn't really matter, right? That's another topic in itself. But we, as the ordinary people, we can do something. And as I believe, as we start changing the foundation and start knocking down these walls of apathy, and that we can start replacing it with sympathy, empathy, and God's love. All right, until next time. See you later. Oh, I forgot. Please, if you like this video, like it, subscribe. And I hope to start a dialogue. Share it with somebody. You guys can talk about it. See, get your comments in there about what do you think. Just have a dialogue so we can really get to the core of what's happening.